But yeah, only vehicles. Also, does anybody else feel like that thing's missing a texture? Oh, it's a saucer of milk. Why is it fluorescent? Why is the milk fluorescent? It is cast. This is radioactive. This milk is so white it belongs in a mason jar. Pause.
Morning, Snowmath. How goes it?
11 people died! And finally, the last outfit I've been missing. Are you kidding? That was the last one I missed? Why is that the last one I missed? What are the chances of that being the last one I missed?
Tygates, everything's
What
here.
are the absolute chances of that being the last one I miss? Have I disciplined the child? Do you only know how to handle if I use a gun?
Yo, Melamoogle, how
Ada
you
seems
doing?
confused. What do you want from me?
Sup, Earthquakening.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Boom! Oh! Is that really a million? A million roses? Amazing! That's amazing! We're rather impressed. Such a pointless exercise. Well, thank you for doing it. We're so pleased. Yes, let's go home now.
You did it.
Thank you, Mari. Look at this! Look at this! It's 9:27. 1 million roses! Okay, I know we can do a shout out for Ellie. I have to pick and choose who I do the shout outs for because of the content, because I try to keep the content safe for all ages, and I know we won't get that from Ellie, so. There we go.
I was too busy looking at
is
your
here.
nipples.
Did you bring me any moss?
What did I just say, Ellie? I said safe for everybody, and I get that clip. Ellie. I have heard word of this cow. This cow is important. I have heard word of this cow. Excuse me, cow. How are you?
Zing 14.
Cow.
Ready to play some cards?
I'm so happy right now. You can nuzzle the cow. I was told hug the cow. I was told you can hug the cow. This is a full-on cuddle. Aww. I love you, cow. I love you so much. It's a big milestone as well. Oh God, we've begun with this. I guess we're playing a classic game now. This actually isn't too hard on this game. Ow, never mind. Good morning, everybody. My throat is a bit phlegmy today, so I apologize if I cough a bit. I'm preempting that because I know that might bother some people. So yeah, letting you know. But hello, Snow, hello, Taiga, hello, Mellow, hello, Earthquake, hello, Fuji, hello, Jing, hello, Rose. So, I'm early, but I'm not. And I wanna cover this. For those who don't know, I'm Oz. For those who are not in the US, there was a time change. I don't know what all countries had a time change, but I know the US and I think Canada both had a time change. So be aware that there is a slightly different schedule going on. Hello, Moru. I might end today's early, but we'll be on proper schedule starting Tuesday, no matter what. So I just wanted to cover that really quick, get that out of the way. I am playing a pre-made playlist from YouTube Music for music it says I've enjoyed lately. The reason this is funny, I did a search on YouTube Music for Katamari, see what popped up, right? And I scrolled through the list. I'm the first user it lists when you search Katamari on my end. So if I did a search, it got me, somebody named, I think it was Princess Toadstool. No Katamari Minecraft mod. We haven't had that in a long time. There was one in the past though, way back, while Minecraft was still in alpha, I want to say. There was one. But if you scroll down, it's like me, then like Princess Toadstool or something was her name. Madam Toadstool? Madam Toadstool. Then Femtonol, and then Bandai. I'm the first result on my end. I don't know if that's just something it's doing, but I'm the first result for Katamari. I think it's because I listen to so much Katamari music that it pushed me up there, because my private playlist that nobody can see that is based on my influences has a lot of Katamari influence, but I think that is funny. Anyway, hello. We're going to be placing more crap down today. And by more crap, I mean more concrete. Mari is still on the lead today. What is Katamari? Gasp, Mose! Katamari is my favorite inspiration. I am sitting on a Katamari. The thing I am floating on is a Katamari. The Cowbear characters that are on the bottom of the screen are references to Katamari. Voxy is having a day. Voxy, we need to talk. Voxy, what is this? What even? Okay, we're gonna do some reloading of Voxy really quick, cause oof. Voxy, reload. Boop. Well, no. So Earthquake, I'm not talking the results overall. In YouTube Music, if you open it up and you scroll down, there's a whole bunch of Katamari songs, there's videos, things like that. And yeah, it's in YouTube Music. But it's got like, here's the music, here's this, but then I'm like, after like 20 results, they start listing accounts. And the accounts they list is me. So I want to talk about this really quick. So we started working on this kind of outer ring, and I was setting up for a possible like train car thing here. And I decided it would be best, instead of having that arch there, I want to do like stacked train cars. And I'm going to do at least 2 here at this level. And then the 3rd level might be in one. I'm not sure. But I want to do this as kind of a visual representation of like stacking these. So train car there, and then I'll have another rail for another train car there above it. And I think that'll make for a really interesting shape here. Right, so we need to go out, I believe, to right here. Because I think that one is, yeah, that is level with the, oh, I need to go one lower. Because this, wait. No. This is level with that, crap, I was right. It's fine. Yeah, no, I use YouTube Music because I'm paying for YouTube Red. So it would be weird to me if I didn't use YouTube Music, right? Like if you're already paying for the service. It's one of the few subscription services I found. I am paying for specifically 2 subscription services on the internet. And only 2 subscription services on the internet. Those subscription services are YouTube Red and Twitch Turbo. That is it. Because they both provide something of value to me. Hi, BB. What's up, bud? You enjoying the catnip I gave you earlier? Staring at me like, I am in a place. I mean, I would assume here you're using Twitch. And then Twitch Turbo just turns off the turns off all pre-rolls on all channels you go to. What's nice, I get to mark that as a business expense because of rating and things like that, so it's useful. Okay. Yeah, what I am doing here, I want to create another band of this. Now, it's easier on the inside than it is the outside of this, but I need to get the shape of this right. So this is going to be a little bit annoying, but we're going to follow this line. And we just got to make sure we stay directly above the one down there. And there might be adjustments as time goes on, and that's fine. But I want to get this layer up. There we go. I mean that's fair, Jing, but but like I was saying, the only things I have is YouTube. I have YouTube Red because that gets rid of ads on all channels, and it still pays the streamers that are the YouTubers that I watch the videos of. Whereas if you're doing ad block, it doesn't give them ad revenue, right? So I want to support those streamers, and then I get access to music without ads. And while I would love to have physical discs of a lot of the music I listen to, it's just not financially responsible for the variety of music I listen to for me to do that, sadly. Especially because a lot of them are like import music that I would have to get. Because I find it better for streams to listen to music that is not in English. Because it's a lot easier for me, at least, to tune out a lot of words if they're not in English, you know? I can go, I don't know what that is, so I don't have to pay attention to it, and then I don't trip over myself as much when I listen to it. And I feel as a viewer, I don't get caught up in multiple voices when I can't understand them as voices. What is this one? What is this one? Final Fantasy 11 Wings of the Goddess. Oh my god, wait, it is 11, isn't it? Oh, that's nostalgia. Sorry, I played so much FF11 back in the day. Oh my god. Oh, this is putting me in a happy place hearing this. '11 was an interesting beast of a Final Fantasy. Yeah, FF11 was the first MMO they did. It was really interesting because it was very slow, but I loved that it was slow. And the thing about it that I like, the reason I loved it being slow was that, like, you couldn't teleport everywhere. This is something that I think would throw people off who play 14. You could not warp to other locations. You needed a summoner, or you needed a mage that knew the warp spell. And they could only get that at like level 50, I think. Like, they had to have it, and it was often like they would actually charge you for it for a long time. You could not just warp anywhere. You could warp back to your home location, and that was it. So there was a lot of travel time between things. And I know it sounds like a slog, but you're talking to somebody who loves walking sims, so that idea of having to manually travel between locations, to me, was a positive effect. I know you could like self-restrict yourself, but I like the idea of the game encouraging you to spend that travel time and worry about creatures in the wilds that might be more difficult on your way to the locations where it's good for you. And I remember going through one of the deserts that nobody trained at to go across and take a boat ride across the sea to meet people on the other side, and it was just like, I love this, you know. I love that about 11. 11 forced you to slow down, and that's one of those things where I took a big inspiration, a big chunk of inspiration from that when it comes to the way I look at like game design as a whole, and even just the level design of what I'm doing here. I want to be slowed down. I want them to create. I want the level to create this situation where I need to take my time. I need to slow down. I need to breathe. I need to experience the locations as I travel. So 11 was a really fun one for me in that regard, and I think it shaped a lot of how I view things. And a lot of it is like, well, we got rid of it because it wasn't as fun, but it's like, honestly, I think people need to learn to slow down. And I think that's one of the things that's really, I think, harming media as a whole in this generation is people aren't willing to slow down. Like, things should take time. Things being a process is good. Things really leaning into that are good. Hey, Somya. I think it was like a half-hour journey from Windurst to I would start with a V. Something beach. Was like a half-hour journey, and that's assuming you caught the boat at the right time, which I think the boat was every 10 minutes. No, because there was Bastock, Sandoria, and Windurst, and then what's the name of that? Start of the V. I know it started with a V. But yeah, it was like a half-hour journey between a location just to start leveling, and then if you died and had no one to revive you, you had to take that journey again, and it's like, I loved that. I loved the risk-reward of that, you know? And obviously, changes again and again from person to person, opinions there, but I loved it. Okay, so we do that, but then I'm going to need to do it again. So we're going to go here. What do we got now? I don't remember this song. No. Oh, everybody, I adjusted the rain a little bit more last night in my overlay. For those who are unaware, I worked on adding a new rain effect to my stream. It's not fully implemented yet, but... Nice, Sonia. But yeah, so I updated the rain. So now it fades the sky as well, so it'll get darker. I think that feels better, right? Because we're still in the daytime. We've got the sun behind me, but look how dark the sky got. So now we have an actual proper kind of weather. It feels more like it's raining, right? I think BB, chill, bud. But I think I've done a decent job on getting that working. The hardest part of what I'm going to have to deal with for the weather to do this rain effect is going to be if I do a be right back during, it is going to cause an issue. And I know that sounds silly, but if I do a be right back screen during this, the screen will move, but the rain doesn't. BB, buddy. You don't need to scream, just lay down. I love you. Please stop screaming. But basically the screen will move and the rain won't move with it. So that's gonna be the hard part, is I'm gonna have to program it a little bit to move the mask layer with the screen. It shouldn't be too hard, but it is going to be some work, is kind of the point there. I'll probably get it working tomorrow. I also need to find the rain sound I want. But I think this is a lot better visually, right? Having this effect going on. It changes the lighting on the ground. It changes the lighting on literally everything. Like, my model's lighting changes from it. So if I turn that back off, my own lighting changes. So it takes a little bit, but I'm happy with that. I think the fade in from the storm might be a bit much as well. There's some tweaks I need to do, but I'm genuinely happy with it. Damn it, Fox. Stop sending me TikToks while I'm streaming. It distracts me. Okay, but we're going to run across here. Do this the lazy way, because honestly, it's the fastest way. We're just holding down right click, moving with it. What, we click, we click. If we mess up, we clean it up later. Like that spot there, I messed up. I'm going cross-eyed doing this, so if you're watching, you're not alone. Okay, where's the one I messed up? He goes right here, right? Nope. Where did I mess up? I know I messed up. We saw me mess up. Hello? Right there. It's like, I know I screwed up, but where? But yeah, no, I'm really happy with that rain effect, and I'm hoping I can get the proper weather patterns going in, things like that, and really get it sorted. I think it'll be really nice to have that chance, but I do also need to find a good rain sound. I'll look through video game sound libraries and stuff. I find those are a bit safer to use for streams, just because it's like, well, it's a game sound. But we'll look up some rain sounds and try to get the volume levels right. And then we will, as a chat, talk about the rain levels and see if it's loud enough, quiet enough, things like that. And the hard part for me is going to be getting it to fade in and then figuring out the exact odds of how long I want the rain to go. Because I want the length of the rain to be randomized, right? Like, I don't want it to just be, oh, it's raining. It'll rain for 10 minutes and then it'll clear up. It's like, no, no, no. I want it to be, it'll rain. And then, like, every 5 minutes it'll go, do I stop raining? And then it'll do a kind of a dice roll and go, yes, I stop raining. Or no, I don't stop raining every time, you know? That way we can, in theory, just have a really long, a long rainstorm go on, you know? What'll be fun is I'm basically going to set 2 timers, and one is going to be constantly trying to stop the rain, and one is going to be trying to start it. And they'll both go out the same random number generator, but it'll be like, run random number generator, and it's like, find a number 1 through 8, and if it lands on an 8, then it starts raining. Or, I'm sorry, if it lands on like a 1, it starts raining, and then the other one's like, but if it landed on an 8, then it stops, and it's like, oh. Okay. So that way they're both checking the same thing. So they can't both be true at the same time, right? And we just do rain like that. But yeah, figuring out the odds of it is going to be the question. BB, you chill now? You chill? Dun 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 dun. Yeah, we're just having a chill day today. I know it's early, like early, which is always kind of that like, especially for people in the US. I've thrown off their planning, like, but the cam doesn't go live for like another half hour, and I'm like, joke's on you. You forgot about the time change that I ignore. I don't ignore it. I understand it's there. But I think this is the nicest way to not throw everybody off for the first day of it. I have the ability to kind of ignore... Uh-oh. Woo! Felt that. Hello. Oh, I got new glasses today. My new glasses arrived in the mail. Probably yesterday, and I didn't check, but I got them today. I get cheap glasses, but I needed new ones because my one's got one of my pairs broke, and I like to have at least 2 pairs. Thank you, Mello. I like to have 2 pairs just in case one breaks. I get mine through glassesshop.com. They're like $30. But they work really well. And they are cheaper than I was even getting back when I had insurance for my eyes. Yeah, like having that look. Well, I especially I have a large head, Earthquake, so like I am very prone to them not quite fitting right. So yeah. Fuji's on. Everybody say hi, Fuji. Do it. Do it, chat. Say hi, Fuji, or I'll fight you. See, Fuji even waved to y'all. I'm going to do, because we keep getting the same clip right now, Fuji, I'm just going to do a regular shout out. Boop. But if you're not following Fuji, you should. Fuji is a chill vibe streamer as well. So Fuji, I actually, part of the reason I'm doing this was inspired by your last stream. Believe it or not. So during your last stream of Out and About, I had a realization, because I don't know if you've played also On Your Tail and things like that. But what I realized is there's a big appeal in level design to have tunnels. Specifically, because like I've talked about it in previous versions of my Minecraft base, talking about having the light to dark, but tunnels, depending on the length of it, allow you very heavily to establish this feeling of traveling between locations. So like even here, and Fuji, if you're willing, I'm gonna use your base as an example, as a thing that could work for you. I'm gonna go over here. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. Just give it the stare down. I don't need to talk to Fuji about it, but I want to talk about this. So when I warped into the base, you saw I just kind of appeared here, right? I appeared right here. Okay, Fuji wants to hear it as directly. So, hello.
Okay. Hi.
So, okay. So when I entered your base, I entered right here. And this is not saying you should do this, but this is something that kind of goes along with what I'm saying. One of the cool things with tunnels, and this works on my base, like, because I've got you going into that dark room, and it has that similar effect. And I'm probably going to modify that room based on this. But one of the things that makes you feel like you're entering a new realm and creates this transition state is a tunnel. So, like, you were playing Out and About, and you go into a tunnel from the town, and you end up in nature after going through the tunnel. Some games will use it to hide load screens and whatnot, but I think Spirited Away is a good reference here. You have the big forest, you go through the tunnel, you come out on the other end, and you're in a new location, right? So if you were to put like this waystone in like a cave or a tunnel or anything like that, and you go through it, and then you come out and you pop out in your base, it creates a much larger impact when you get to that new location, because you have this downtime area of calm or empty or void. So then when you leave through, you know what, I should turn on my rain just because it's raining in game. It's funny. But like just the idea of like, because I warped here and I'm just in the base, right? But if I were to warp a little bit like over, or even if I were to warp in and say be inside the house, right? There's this impact of, oh, I've got to go somewhere, and then, oh my god, wait, I'm somewhere else. And it's interesting to think about that little impact that a tunnel itself does. And it doesn't have to be a tunnel, but just the idea of, wait, I'm somewhere new, and giving that transition state. So what I can do in my base with those long areas is I'm creating really long tunnels, and I can make any spot that leads off of that feel like an entirely new space because I've created a downtime area. I've created an area that doesn't fit in with all of it. So it's just that little idea of creating these downtime less oop, server lag? I didn't lag, but everything stopped for a second. That was weird.
Weird.
Oh, my OBS dropped 30 frames. Okay. Thank you, OBS.
Oh.
Don't know why you did that. Let's not do that again, OBS. I didn't drop any stream frames. It was just rendering. So that was the PC end. Okay.
Yeah, I was actually been debating moving that over into my little storage cave.
Yeah, it's... Which, I mean, would still do the same thing, but obviously that's more of a probably convenience than intent of giving it a proper location quite yet. But yeah, I just think it's very important to consider like where those pop moments are and go, oh yeah, no, because every time, like even just something as simple as going through a door, right? You've created a tunnel. It's a short tunnel, but it's a tunnel effect. Because suddenly I don't feel like I'm in the same location going that way. Even like going out here, I'm like I'm somewhere new, and just a tunnel without the waystone gives you that little moment. Just like I mean, it's similar to me adding that blindness effect on my warp plates, right? You have that moment where it clears what was in your mind, and then you get a new thing. You get to load the image rather than just be shown the next one. But no, it was just I think it's a good kind of spot because you don't have anything yet, because this obviously isn't the final place of it.
Yeah, no, I just have it there as a placeholder.
Yeah, but it's interesting to think about, like... Sorry, my music just suddenly had a bunch of symbols.
Oh.
The small clapping symbols. I don't remember the name of those, but the two symbols that are facing at each other, I hate them. So it's like, yep, next song. Sharp noises bug me, and that exists. Yeah. Yeah. Sharp noises bug me, and that one is just sharp noise.
Yeah.
It's the same issue I have with hammers.
I did a little bit of armor standing inside my storage area.
Oh, well, now I gotta look.
Oh, I can't do that.
Whoa!
I don't have my...
Oh. Okay, so this is very different with my shaders.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh!
It looks so much more evil.
It really does. Okay. Sweeping or painting?
Painting.
Very cute. Very cute.
I worked way too hard on that this morning.
I like the idea of like little borrowers basically in people's bases because of this. Still can't get over the single glowberry.
It's ambiance. It's ambiance that doesn't really do anything because I've got 2 lanterns.
Right? Which are really interesting though with the cast lighting, because those put off green light on my end.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's actual ambiance.
I'm just thinking about the clock. I assume the clock still works if you were to hide the frame. So you could actually have just the clock above the... Hey, boy.
Just makes me make a new pair of shears every time I come in here, and then I put them somewhere else, and then
you need a shear
then
barrel.
I make another pair of shears.
Hold shit. There you go. Be funny if the clock was now just stuck at that position.
That'd be really funny.
There it goes.
Yeah.
You could hide the barrel up here and put your shears in there. It's like, yep, shear barrel.
Yeah, that's only. I think that's only 1 thick though.
Ah. I really do love doing dark rooms. It's. I think it's a very underappreciated thing in Minecraft, but this is why I try to explain why I don't like conduits.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so you can build underwater bases. Like, yeah, but I don't want night vision.
Or I want a way to be able to turn that off.
Mm-hmm. They really should be set up with the beacon UI.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can like increase settings or choose which perks you want. But
yeah.
Oh, there was a hole.
Branch mine.
I didn't know there was a hole. I couldn't see the hole. I just fell down the hole. Oh, you started putting diamonds in your beacon.
Yeah.
For those who don't know on the server, basically, every 2 blocks of anything, it'll increase the range of the beacon. Iron doesn't do any increase, then gold, then emerald, then diamond, then netherite. So if you can do 2 blocks of it, you can increase the range. The all emerald one already has a decent range, but like you can just keep going. They also now, it doesn't matter if it's all the way at the bottom of the world or not. You can put it all the way at the top and it'll reach all the way down. So it's got full world height on it as well.
Yeah, I just.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just letting people
down
know.
Here. Yeah, this just keeps it out of the way.
Yeah. But no, I love the range increase on that one. The mini map is very artistic right now, but I'm bothered that this corner doesn't have one more tunnel going on.
Yeah.
It's crooked. I also like the stopping at the lava band.
Oh, well, it's because that I'd have to fill the lava in.
Oh yeah, no, I know. It's just funny to look at on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's lava up here.
Yeah.
The lava with the shaders looks really cool though. Like,
this
like that's something I want to manipulate. Granted, I can just use the particle generator for it too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just staring at the particles. Hot tub. I did fix the netherite. That's a very hot tub. I did fix netherite, though. If you're wearing all netherite and elytra, it'll work.
Yeah, my shirt and boots are... I was fishing.
Ah. Oh, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's a good spot to fish in the lava, too.
Yeah. I actually can do that.
Supposedly you can... I had the spike again. I didn't lose any frames that time, though. I don't understand what's happening there. Turn off my rain. Yeah, trying to get that rain effect on my overlay to work cleanly.
I have no idea what I got. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I wonder, does this work here? It does.
Oh, there are special particles for it, so yeah, it definitely works. Soulless light. You got a soul torch. Nope.
Yeah.
Hi, Starry. Suddenly Starry. I have heard word that you can, with the fireproof line, fish up netherite scrap.
Oh, neat.
I don't know how rare it is, but I have heard there is a chance to get netherite scrap from fishing in lava. So enjoy that little bit of it is renewable on the server.
That's cool.
So many particles.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I was saying though, with like tunnels are a really interesting thing that I've started seeing in more and more games. They used to exist in games though in a funny way. I think one of the best references for that is kind of thinking of like, as much as people want to hate on it, like Uncharted and God of War and the narrow hallway, like going sideways and sliding through. It's like, that's a tunnel.
Yeah.
They were using it to hide load screens, but that's a tunnel.
But
and it gives you this moment of, there is a transition here, and you can do big visual pops of color or light or environment change just by having that. So even just the waystone, putting that in an area that contrasts, so you go from a light area to a dark area to a new light area, and it creates that transition, and tunnels are perfect for that. Now, it's going to be a bit harder for me with the tunnel I'm doing, because the tunnel I'm doing is still open to the outside. But that doesn't mean it's going to be the only tunnel I have. Like, I've got narrow alleys, which are, again, tunnels. Tunnels are your best friend if you're going to be doing, I mean, any form of, like, artistic base. Your tunnels are amazing for creating that little pop.
Yeah.
Those particles, Jesus. I think they overdid the particles on this.
I agree.
Like, I don't think we need the big ones. I think maybe if they had, like, a fade time that was, like, 3 times faster.
Yeah.
So it basically stuck on the surface of the lava.
Maybe, yeah, like half the amount of particles and a way faster fade out time.
That was the funny thing I was explaining to Cleo, because Cleo's last stream was playing a seance at Blake Manor, I believe. Cleo was talking about the rain appearing and just falling down to, like, you could see where the rain started, and it just, like, started with no momentum and then went away. And it was like, yeah, they set a max velocity, but they allowed it to start with no velocity. It's like, they should have started it with velocity on the particles, or started off screen. And in this case, it's kind of that same kind of thing. Oh, have a good one, Somya.
Seeing the way that they did the particles for fishing, like the fishing in the lava, though, where you
using flames
like
instead of the little drops.
Yeah, and then smoke for the trail.
Yeah. They really did think it through. Like, they really tried to recreate the vibe.
Yeah.
Oh god, most nostalgic song. Xanarkin just started playing.
Oh jeez.
Like, I think out of Final Fantasy songs that aren't ones with lyrics, I think that might be the most iconic Final Fantasy song, other than the Save Crystal music. At least for a lot of people. Like, there's a lot of good songs, but that one is just very much like, oh, okay, that is one that we all sat on the starting screen for a while, heard, and just had, like, ingrained into our brains. But yeah, I need to go back to my base.
Alright.
Your base just made for a very good example for kind of, like, the tunnel thing I was talking about, which I can show with mine as well, which I will do now.
Alright. Well, thanks for stopping by.
For sure. Now the tunnel for my base is a bit different. So I've got this room here, which I'll probably create more of a tunnel situation later. But you can see how I'm in a dark room, right? And then I enter my base going this way. And we get our fade into this room, right? So we've created a dark room with that fade in, which creates that tunnel effect. And if you've not seen my base, this is my base. These torches are really messing up the lighting here, though. Yeah, I can remove these. Pretty sure nothing can spawn here. One thing can spawn, and it's right up there. There we go. The color was wrong, and it bugged me. Oh, yeah. The Katamari, the little Katamari intro. It is on their YouTube, and I believe the link is also in my credits, so if you want to see the video directly, you can get it there. Or it may not be anymore, I'm not sure, I may have messed that up. Vortex did a fantastic job on that. Highly, highly recommend. And then we've got, this doesn't do the tunnel, so I need... The default spawn spot for this, I need to put in more of a tunnel scenario. Maybe it'll start in an alley, right? Maybe it'll start down one of these alleys off to the side. Like, just maybe I have it, like, start right here, right? And you pop in, you're, like, right here, and you go, oh. And then you walk out. Right? There's options. Why can't I hear Tizana? Oh, it was ending. Like, why can't I hear music? Quiet phone. Okay. We've got more work to do. We need to go to my storage room. I love... This is why I try to explain that that is a security alarm. I can hear the music from my storage room. So when people teleport to my base, I can hear it. Mari? Mari. Okay, go back up here. I think I also kind of want to figure out... I want to do some base planning for where we're going to have... we had a conversation about this. I want to do little, like, magic barriers around my base for, like... Talking about where, keeping away an evil or a dark force, right? Because that's one of those big things, is like, if we're doing world building, why are we contained to this location? And I want to do something that shows like a magical barrier is put up in certain areas to keep away creatures and monsters and all that stuff. So we've got to figure out where that line is and set that up. BB. Buddy. Sorry, he's whining again. But we need to figure out where that range is, right? Because, like, we could do it, like, right here, which makes sense. But, like, I've got this meadow, right? And I want to keep the meadow inside that. So the pillars would have to go along this. I want the meadow to be this terrain here, like this whole chunk, right? So the meadow will go here, follow that, and go along to here. So where do we put the end pillars of that? This area here, do we go up the mountain and go across the range? Do we go here, this base section here? Like, I've got to figure out the boundaries of my base now, is what we're at. So I've got to figure out... At least... I want to figure out at least this section. And I think this range here works as a good spot for it. Right, so we've got that. But then we've got our farm. We got to figure out where the farms are going to go. There's a lot of areas I need to figure out, kind of like what are we defending from? Where is our line, right? So I want to like make some concrete pillars in those spots so I can go, okay, here's that line. There was another spike, and I lost 1 frame. So my other PC is having an issue, and I'm gonna guess probably related to that. Ah, I think it was. So I just closed down my web browser on that computer, and I think that may have been stealing my frames. Remember, when streaming, consider closing your web browser, because your web browser is probably a dick. Okay. There we go. Bow, 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 bow. Gasp. Hey, Maple. Okay. So we've got that. That path goes this way. We've got our new kind of roof set up here. I'm also going to have to figure out where the pillars are going to be on this. I'm not, like, in a rush for it, but I do want to figure out, like, oh, yes, we need a pillar there. Because I probably do. Let's go there. Crab Claw being the friend it is. Okay. I'm gonna need more torches soon, huh? Yep. There we go. Okay. Because yeah, we've got some lit up places. Okay. But yeah, no, this is one of those things where, like, I can light this up and do all this for days. And I decided to go with a 2 thick floor here as well, so I could do a different floor versus ceiling, which I don't often do. I usually try to plan to make it so I don't need to do that, but sometimes it becomes necessary. But it also helped me align the path that the rails are on, so they could clear each other by just adding an extra block in there. Otherwise, they would have been really close, and I didn't want that. Ah, itchy arm. Oh, I'm okay. You ever have those moments where it's just like suddenly, oh god, I'm itchy? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We can handle this. Okay, I like the music it's given me. Like, it's like, yeah, you would enjoy this music, and it's not wrong, but I need a different vibe. Sakatsuki Music Collection Volume 3. What do we got? Hey, Sharon. Bow. Okay. We've got that in place. Need to do that. Start creating the floor. The fun thing about my base is if I ever need help, I can just say, hey, anyone help me place white concrete? Because certain parts, like, yeah, I just need to place a level area of white concrete. Please help. Like, yep. Yeah, we're going to have to go on a journey and figure out where exactly we want to put the magic towers, or the repellent towers. The towers. I also do want to fill in this entire floor. Do I need to? No. Do I want to? Yeah, because it'll give me areas to build off of that aren't all the way back down on the grass. Sometimes it's just being picky and bored. Sometimes it's actually intentional planning. Ah, my pickaxe! No, my squeedly scooch. Yeah, it's my squeedly spooch. Bam, 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 bam. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. You know what? I'm happy with this new album. Sega games genuinely do have really good music. There's a good vibe to it. Sega doesn't really miss with music. Neither does Bandai. Just arcade. I think arcade game companies get it. Wow, 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 wow. Need ones that just kind of grab you. Do 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 do. Yep, exactly, Earthquake. You get it. You got to have one that like it hooks you, but also doesn't overwhelm you. And then you get to Crazy Taxi and just starts blaring Offspring. You're like, ah, that's fine. Crazy Taxi! I actually did a decent job doing that Crazy Taxi impersonation, and I will never be able to do that again. So, y'all were there for a one-time deal, because it ain't gonna sound that good again. Sorry, he's having trouble. Oh, but yeah, my brain idea is like, okay, we have a train car up there above the rails. We have a train car there above the rails, so they've got their area where they can travel right on the line. And then that's kind of recessed and stuff for maintenance, but these give the rails, and then I'll have spots where it can clearly move them between the rails if need be, and little offshoots for other cars to be parked along the sides, and we'll have a darkened area there that'll be like really kind of a creepy maintenance tunnel vibe. And I think that'll work really well to add some contrast to what we've got going on. Do 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 do. Fair enough. I haven't toyed with it yet, so I don't know how I feel about the song. I'm gonna skip that one. That was a bit much. Ba-ba-bow. And do 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 do. Sorry, my brain just went kind of down this tangent thinking about Crazy Taxi. So, for those who don't know, Crazy Taxi had a trademark or a copyright on, or nope, sorry, patent. Had a patent on the idea of the floating arrow above the vehicle's head. And I believe they also did enforce that patent when it came to the Simpsons Hit and Run game. I believe they did actually try and enforce it on them. And I was just thinking, like, what would have been the loophole for it? And my brain is going, you do a rear view mirror at the top of the screen, and then you have a dangly charm that points in the direction of where you need to go, but it looks like it's one of those, like, foam dice. And then I think that would have been the loophole. Hey, Colt. Okay, everything should be lit here. So we're good. Break that. Put that up there. So now we've got a second tunnel, right? I've only done it on the one side, but now we've got two, right? So we get this, like, design here. And what's really nice is I can actually do, like, if I want, I can do artwork on these two that don't even affect the guardrail section, right? So we can create a real visual thing there. But the idea is that, okay, the rail for the train cars is there and there, right? So we get that one, we get that one. We have art that'll be up along these sides. We'll do like graffiti and all those things along the edges of this. We should be able to create something really interesting along that curve. But then for this one, I want to do one of these rails will go out and go this way. One of these will go this way. But then I want to do, I don't know what I want to do something interesting with like a third one, maybe. But I'm not sure what the method would be for doing that. The other option would be to do kind of like an arch over this one, and that'd be the top one, which could work pretty well. Do 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 do. So if we just assume like that shape, yep, that'll be the shape for an arch over top of it. The only thing I don't like here is I hate doing straight diagonals like that. I feel like I need to do... But now that feels too tall. The other option would be to go this way and do this one, which is a lower arch. Or I lower it all by... I do... Actually, you know what? I think it is. I think what it is going to be lower arch. And we go there. Do I... Does that feel right to me? I don't know. God. Arches are weird when it gets very compact.
Time for a quick save because it's advert time.
You're not wrong, Mari. Okay. How do we feel on that? Yeah, that's not enough of an arch. I want more power behind it. There. I like that outer curve on this, so I think I'm going to go with this, but that means I got to get rid of you. Yeah. There's a lot of headroom on that, but I think we can do something aesthetically above it. But I feel better with the... Actually, I could lower this. Still get the same arch, and we lower it by 1 block. It would give it less headroom, but... Did that work? Like we go there? Yeah, I feel better with that angle. Do that really quick. Okay, so there. Yeah, I feel better with that shape. That shape feels a lot better. And then let me just... Whoa, not what I wanted. Go like right there, just so we get kind of the idea of that shape. Beautiful. Right, so now we have a full edge there for that like curve, and we can do a domed roof there. Feels a little off because like the circle wouldn't be exactly there. I almost feel like maybe I get rid of you and you. The curve isn't perfect, but I think we went back to where we started with it, but you know what? I'm okay with it. Now, the other option, I could actually mirror that down on the bottom. I would have to remove the center of this. But I think, which is dangerous, I think we go there and there. Maybe we just do a little ways back, like mainly where they're walking. Hey, door. So we do like this section, and then we do there. And then that creates a little trough. Oh. I mean, were they still edible, door? Or did you fail that part? Because that's what matters. If they're still edible, then you didn't fail. Do do do. Again, though, still edible? Like, if they're still edible, you're good. Do that. Do that. They look like... Again, though, still edible. Just don't look at them. You're good. Don't worry about it. Think you're giving yourself a harder time than you need to. You're fine. Like, I'm trying to explain this to a lot of people. I don't know why we find foods that are brown to be appetizing. Just as a thing. Just saying. Do. Because if you make me list the things that are brown, I don't typically think of foods first. Yeah, but I don't think of foods first. I'm not saying there aren't foods. I'm saying I don't think of foods. If somebody goes, hey, list the things you know of that are brown, food doesn't end up popping up in my head at all, is my point. But it is time for a quick break. We've got to step away for 3 minutes. You will not miss anything, I promise. We're doing this to just take care of yourselves, get some water, stretch your legs, all that fun stuff. But we will be right back. And I'm also going to show you what it looks like when it's raining when I do a be right back screen. See, you can see the frame of my be right back screen on the left. Oh my god, that's actually real! I thought it was just people memeing. I thought it was a meme. I thought it was a meme. I'm going to aim for the fourth square. Right here. I'm aiming right in the fourth square.
Everyone else. Choose a
Gonna aim for that fourth square right there. Hey, Snow. Oh shit.
Let the games begin. Pick a spot to drop from.
Let's go.
Ever heard of chaos theory? Well, this is
Oh! Woo!
Oh, I am filled with rage about the whole nobody dying thing.
Yeah! Right. Down. Oh, rude! You suck. Crap. Crap. Ah, wait. I thought I was doing better, but I was staring at the AI. Crap! Snow's a jerk. I got last! Snow bullied. Snow bully! Mari, did you start choking during that? Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Boom! Oh! Is that really a million? A million roses? Amazing! That's amazing! We're rather impressed. Such a pointless exercise. Hello! I'm back. Hi. Also, hello to Beard and Vividist. Hello. Got some caffeine. I was petting the cats. I walked around a bit. I'm rubbing BB's feet. Good boy. Okay. So we need to go back to storage, mainly because we need to get some more, we need some torches. Let's get some torches. I'm cold. I am very cold. Why am I cold? Why am I cold? Grabbing a blanket. Urgh. I like how it's getting warmer outside, therefore I'm freezing. Okay, grab some coal from our coal box. Go like that, throw those back in. Now we've got more than enough torches. We're gonna grab a bunch more concrete. And I know what you're thinking, more concrete? Who would have guessed? But no, we need to... I want to work on figuring out where some of those magic towers are gonna be. So let's go up, up, up. So, the view from up here, you can kind of see, other than the chunks that aren't loading right. Hopefully this fixes it. But you can see we've got a pretty big area. Now, what I'm thinking is we do some like magic towers. It's like look at it. Look at the terrain here, right? We've got. Let me turn off shaders. So we've got a hilly terrain here. Tyga, I don't think you're 30. You know what? Screw it. I'm using the map. So I want to do magical towers along this ridge pretty consistently. So I think we start there, and then we figure out where that flows from. So that is this way. Yeah, I want to start and do the magic pillars along here, along this ridge. Now here's the... I got thrown off by my own thing. So here's the deal with this though, right? So we've got this section that I want to work from. Now the problem we run into if I start here is I want to do a consistent distance between the pillars, right? I want to do a consistent distance. So how are we going to do that best, right? How are we going to do that best? Well, first we're going to deal with this guy. Really? There we go. Okay. So we need to pick a good spot for this, and I want to do this, like I said, consistently. I'm gonna start a little more in. Since this is a pillar spot, right? So what we can do here, and I think the best way to do this is going to be using the build guides. So I can enable this build guide, and you can see it's on because of that sphere. Now, I can create a new shape, and I'm going to add a circle. And what we're going to do is we're going to tilt this. And then say I want these to be, what, 50 blocks apart? Where would 50 blocks apart put us? That is a 50 block radius, it said. That doesn't feel like a 50 block radius. Is that a 50 block radius? Like 10? Yeah, no, that's a 50 block radius. So if we were to put one there, that would be 50 block. Like, the next pillar would only be here. Which I don't think is very good. That'd be a lot of pillars, right? If we do, say, one where that red dot is in the center, our next one would end up being here. So what if we do 100? That's better. Like, that feels considerably better. Though I still don't feel like that's enough. Right? Because there's our center point right there. Nope, that's a flower. I've lost track of the center point. Hey, Red. Where's the center point? That's a B. There it is. Right, so if we do one here, then we look, right? We would start here, and then we would do the next one there? That feels too close. And that's at 100 range. I like the size of this, though, so let's just do a 200 range. That, I think, would be good. I think we follow this, we do a 200 range.
Start at any point of the circle, turn right angles from the tangent and proceed exactly 1 radius.
I mean, in theory. There we go. Okay. So I think we just do these pillars, and we follow kind of the path that we're thinking. And this puts them a good bit apart. Right? This puts them at a good, like, range apart. Especially if I do detailed pillars, right? So we go from there for one. We do the next one here. I think that that'll be a good amount where we still have got a bunch of them, but we don't have them overwhelming. Though I am looking at that pillar I did, and I think if I'm doing them at this scale... no, I kind of like it somewhat close to the edge. Okay, so we're just going to pick a spot on this line and go right here. There's our next one. And now I think I just do this. Yep, there we go. I set origin where I'm at, and then we get our next line, right? So now we're just going to go pretty much straight south. And we go for the next one. And this method will allow us to do perfectly spaced pillars. All right, set origin. I need to lower this one down considerably. Hey, Clue. So now this area is where we're starting to get already into our... we're nearing the waterfront, right? That I was talking, that we're kind of having the overlook from. So this, I want to look at this a bit more from above. So yeah, if we go out to here, I think this is good, right? We continue the line over here. maybe we go a little bit this way. They're right here. Sorry about the flashing lights. Okay. So we do that one. Set origin. Go to the next one. So yeah, now we're over here. I want to go a little bit out here, so we're going to be about in that area. Whoop. There we go. There we go. Create another pillar. But yeah, so the idea is we'll have these, right? These markers, which they're hard to see on the map, but these markers will give us kind of where we're going to put the put magical towers that are going to be used to kind of keep away problems, and we'll put barriers at the edge of it, I think, to kind of show a magical barrier that's being assembled between them. Like, they're not going to connect directly. We'll do kind of a wavy wall between all of them, but I think this will work really well. Hi, BB. You can see the one dot right there. One dot right there. One dot right there. So we get kind of a line. BB. BB, chill. Now our next one, we need to, again, set origin and just drop that down to 50, whatever. Okay. So our next one, though, is going to need to go a little more that way, I think, right? So we're facing this way, and we'll go down that way. Well, that would give us that mountain range I was kind of talking about, like I kind of want to toy with, so maybe we'll just go almost straight line. If somebody on the server is able, I would really love if you could sleep. Obviously no pressure, but it would make my life easier. Thank you. I think I need to change the depth to 100. I don't want to mess with the trees too much if I'm going to be traveling through here. I saw a wolf. I see a fox. I see a spider. Let's go in a little bit. Because, like I mentioned before, there is a hill here, right? And I want to use this hill to maybe house some people, but we've got a lot of hill to work with, right? So we can house people along this area without taking too much of it. So let's keep moving in a little bit. Let's go to, like, right here. See how this feels. A little bit higher up on this one, just to be safe. Oop. Okay. So yeah, so now we've gone from there to there, right? So we've hugged around this mountain a little bit. But now we need to go, it's going to get a little bit harder, right? So I haven't figured out what I'm doing with this land. Do I want to go this way, or do I want to keep in this way? And I think our best bet is going to actually be maybe going a bit here and cutting across, because I do have plans for stuff here, but like think we go just across that waterway there, outside of the plains. So let's see where this gets us. I don't know which way I'm supposed to be facing. That way. This is the first sign of actually kind of picking a boundary for my base, so... Okay, how are we looking about where I am? Because, yeah, I said I wanted to go across this. This is decent. Maybe a little bit further. Further up, like here. Because where's our last marker? Can we see it? Right there. So we go from there, yeah, to here, I think is good. There we go. But yes, this is thanks to Red that we're doing this. So everybody blame Red. I think those will be far more interesting at night. When I'm up on, like, the sphere, I can kind of see where I've marked, but... Okay, so we're going to go from there. We need to set our new origin spot. And drop that back down. Okay, so that's going to be that way. I want to go right there. A little bit left. Right there. A little bit more. Yeah, we'll go right here. Waves idly from the corner labeled subtle and lazy agent gas. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a good step. It's a good step in all of this. I don't think what I can do, because we know this is the spot. If I do set origin now I don't have to adjust it down. What I think will be really fun as well is with this, right? If I do this right, so we can view this as this is the barriers where we know we're keeping the problem at bay. We could, in theory, create another one of these pillars, like somewhere out here. Like, oh, we were trying to expand, and like we haven't been able to construct it because it's dangerous or something. And then we could have a journey or like a quest line, right, that we build in the base to try and push back creatures that way. To try and help build that tower. Okay, so I probably want to go this way now. Yeah, I definitely want to go almost straight west. Or east. So we're just going to go this way. Whee! Go a little bit that way. Set origin. But yeah, using the build guide to kind of give me these perfect points for keeping everything the exact distance apart, I think is a really smart idea to keep them consistently spaced, right? Like, we can see the other one right there. And that one right there. Like, they're in the wall of it. So now... Okay, we went from right there across to here. I think we stay pretty consistent on almost going straight west, maybe a little wobble. So we'll go like right here. East. I don't know why I keep saying west. Hey, another waystone. There we go. Yeah, exactly. And I also like the idea of it being methodical. There's just this part of my brain going like, no. There's certain concepts that would be methodical and planned out, and like we want to do this right. And I feel like this is one of those things, right? So, okay, let me stand here. I want to check. So the other one that we placed right there. So we're a little bit down. Even. I don't know what that is, but it's terrifying. Roses, maybe? Doo-doo. Put that up there. Oh, don't accidentally mess with it. Okay. I love that I can see the other towers though while I do this. Set origin. Drop it back down. This one looks like it's going to end up right on top of that hill, which I am so for. So lure goes that high with the data pack for the fishing bonuses. I don't think there's actually lure 4. I think it's lure 3, and then it jumps up to lure 5 with that one rare rod you can only get by fishing it up. I think. Oh, there is a lure 4. I haven't seen that one. Let me up! Okay, up, up, up. Okay. But yeah, I think aesthetically it would just be cooler to have one up on this mountain. Right, so we've got... Where's our last one? There's our last one. So we can pick any spot along here. Putting it in this little gap in the mountain would also be cool. But I think just seeing it up high would be a really neat feeling. I kind of want to spend the time to get maybe like a beacon for each one of them. But I know beacon rendering is a real pain in the butt. But I'm just picturing getting like a beacon for each one. And having like a beam come up from it and then just that little area around it giving a defense boost. When you're in it. Do I want to be there or do I want to be in the... You know what? I'm going to actually go right down in this little gap between these hills. I think it's more fun. But like doing a beacon beam on each of them would be very interesting to see how it would render, but it really is an issue. I really hope at some point Voxy updates to render beams just based on its own memory till they'd be like, yeah, no, there was a beam there. We know there was a beam there. Have I actually reached that point where I am... Oh, Fuji's just... Fuji be a traveling! Okay. Set origin. Okay. So this one we're aiming more this way. Here we go. I'm not even going to double check this one. Yeah, so now we've got that one there. Goes to here. And then I think technically we need one more probably right at the coastline. We're going to do that. And then we're just going to head here past this family of foxes. And BB just fell behind my desk. Good job, BB. You good, bud? No, he definitely fell. Judging by his expression as he went down, he definitely fell. Okay, so then with this one, we're just going to go here, and we're going to say, hey, not visible, right? So now, the range of my base, right now we have it going to from here all the way over to here. If I go that way, I'll take over Fuji's village. I'm going to follow this river. I think is what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the river. And then go here and then maybe go in. Or I go... Because the last one's right here. Or I could cut here. I think I want to cut here. So we go there and we cut across. I'm going to make that one visible again, but we're going to now... I think what's happening is Fuji is loading in all the chunks. Okay, so we need to go north, where that one was. You can see it. You're doing it on a horse. Wow. Okay, so set global origin here. Go back down to 55. Okay. So now I want to go east. Go a little bit up, but we'll go east. This is why we scaffold, Starry. This is why we always carry scaffold. Okay, there we go. Set that again. So we started there. We can go here. Now our next one, I want to go probably here, and then we aim down. Actually, it'd be really nice if we could hit this. So let's go... Well, if that range there to there, so it's going to be there, there, there. So I think we go almost straight if I want to do this. If I want to line this up right, I got to go here. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, we're fine. Okay. Ooh, that's a hole. I found a hole. Okay. I'm fixing a divot. Up we go. Yeah, I want to try and get right there. So I always worry when I do this that I'm going to mess something up. Okay. So here I want to go that way, right there. Oh my god, there's so many haunces. Many haunces. BB, are you still down there? I know you're not stuck, but I am worried about you. Okay, we're gonna go here. Now, hopefully I've aimed this right. Because this looks pretty close. I did! Let's go. I just wanted a tower to end up on this little chunk of land. But this should give us a very good like range for like keeping crap at bay, right? Like if that's the premise is we're keeping crap at bay. Woo. Okay. Keeping crap at bay, right? So we've got our pillars, and they're not the most obvious on the map, probably because I chose white, but we've got that one there. I think we got that one there. That one there. There's, I think it's that one. They're hard to see from that, but like you can see visually. So now if we go to our storage, hopefully, we can go back up to our overlook. I'm going to go free cam a little bit, but you can see there's one there, 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 there. I believe there's one in that mess that's very hard to see. There. Or it might just be there and there. There to there. To there, to there, to there, to there, to there. To there. And then from this side, we've got there, 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 there. Yeah, so we've got a very large area that we're covering, but that's kind of the thing. Is like a lot of it will be, it won't all be inhabited, right? Like it's not always going to be people. Well, see, now we have a challenge. I gotta go. Oop. I gotta go. Down here. Ha! I just wanted to see if I could find you. Hey, Lapis! So yeah, that is a very, very big area we're covering, right? But that's part of the fun. I want to cover these massive areas of land and have it really feel like a proper city. Oop, rip door. I want to have it feel like a proper city. So having these expanses, I think will really do that. And I know it's going to be a lot of work and it's going to be a long time project, but that's also part of the point. I don't want some project where I'll feel like I'm ever actually going to get it done. Because I think that takes away some of the fun for me, you know? I like having impossible goals. That zombie was missing its eyes. Okay, so something's going on causing some zombies to not have pupils. I don't know what's going on there. Very unnerving. Yeah, it's definitely fresh animations related, but I wonder. It's likely an order of one of the mobs being in the wrong spot. Not a huge deal, but I did notice it. Okay. Skeletal creepers should have explosive arrows. Oh god. I don't like the way you think, Red. I need to show y'all something that I've shown off before, but I need to show it off again. Because I think it's a very important thing that we continuously show off. So give me that. There we go. It does have a slight issue of being crooked, which I think is funny. Like it's listing to the left for no reason. Hey, Obi. This is the only approved method of travel inside my base other than on foot. You may ride a snifflet. Hey, VJ. And I feel like riding a snifflet. I want to do snifflet races. Like, you have to race through an obstacle course just on a snifflet. Which, like, would just be extremely slow, but I think that's the funny part of it. But I do wonder if I can attach the snifflet to a copper golem and have the copper golem throw them?
Okay, so, snifflets are a type of hedgehog. This is proven by the fact that they use the walk-style poddle, which is exclusively reserved for hoggles.
I disagree, Red. They're a type of insect. No, I believe they have a... I believe the data pack has them set up to have a set speed. But they're clearly a type of insect. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, Fuji has decided to travel elsewhere now. Oh, I assume Fuji's on the horse and traveling via horse. Because it's slow enough that the chunks will load without flying over them and missing a bunch. Oop, we're raining. We better rain in our overlay as well. There we go. Wait, I gotta face the same way. There we go. But yeah, what we'll do with all those pillars then is we'll add light coming off of them. The question just becomes how do we manage that? Do we make additional glass spheres above them? They do have six legs. But how do we with those, right? With the pillars, how do we show that there is a magic thing going on where those towers are? What is our approach? Do we just make the towers super glowy? Do we have them cast beams up out of them? Do we make fake beams out of them? Because we could do fake beams. We could do glass and then light up the glass. I think maybe doing some form of spike with light coming out of it would be good. Like we do a lit up pillar of glass or something would work. I don't remember them, Red. I don't remember them. Let me Google. I'm Googling. Quiet phone. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I think the easiest and consistent choice would be to do glass spheres, even if the spheres are only like maybe that big, right? We do them the size of this, and then maybe we have a thing going up towards it from the towers. Could work. Iron golems are really complex looking on this server, though. They have antlers and stuff, Red. But we could do glass spheres like that, right? We could do glass spheres of about this size that'd be above each pillar, and that could give off that. Yeah, no. Red, it's Mojang's fault, because if Mojang didn't design iron golems to be a racist caricature, then I wouldn't have them changed. So we're blaming Mojang. The Minecraft villager design is racist, and anything that references that design I'm slowly replacing. So copper golems are next. I need to learn blockbench. I want to replace the copper golems with little calf pints. I wanna replace these guys with like little robo calf pints. I'm just trying to think, like, what approach do I want to take on making those spheres? I do think it would be really cool to do glass orbs. The question just becomes, how big do we do? Do we do it that big? I mean, that big is not bad. Let's just grab... I'm going to put a bunch of this concrete away. I'm going to grab some more scaffold. Where's my scaffold? I've got an extra beacon just sitting in here. Let's go to my storage. I don't think all the concrete has refilled yet, right? A lot of it has, but we'll throw that chunk in there. Gonna throw this white concrete in here. I will take a couple stacks with me just in case. Throw that in there. But we need to roll a die. 11. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Purple stained glass is definitely the way to go with this. So let's grab like that much, and then we'll turn that into glass, and then we'll take that out to one of the pillars, and oh, I should also grab some light blocks. One, two. No, I'm only doing 2. That's fine. That's more than enough. Throw that there. The light block I choose doesn't exactly matter. But consistency-wise, I would want to use a frog light. So let's grab some frogs. Some froggles. Excuse me, Mari. There we go. Okay, to the overlook. And I guess I start with the most logical one to me, which is that one. The funny thing is, I haven't decided a height for these, like, pillars. Like, I don't know how tall should these towers be, right, that we're doing this from. Because I also want these to be imposing, right? We could just do 64. I mean, that's very tall, but that would give us a fair kind of line and an easily repeatable line. Like, we go up to here, right? And then... I think that's a good height, right? That's 64 blocks. While I agree, Red, with what you're saying, the point is the outward distance, not the overall height of it, and the tower is kind of accumulating the power and sending it out. The radius on that is 200 blocks. So I don't need to go as big. So I think we'll be fine, because I'm not going to make a dome out of it. I'm just going to create a wall where it's repelling, rather than a dome that would be encasing, right? So yeah, exactly. 200 would be more than we'd possibly want in this situation. Yeah, let's get rid of you. It would be cool, but I don't want to do an Attack on Titan, have like the whole focus be, there's a giant wall! Like, no, no, no. I want these to be foreboding, but not the existence. So, like, it's clear, like, we're out here, but it'll make it clearly visible. We'll do a cylinder kind of around, like, the tower will be cylindrical. Tower of Babel probably thing where we're doing tiers. But the point of what we're doing right now is actually about making another sphere. So we're going to add a sphere. We'll add you. And then go to shape. And we're going to set the origin to be right where we're standing right now. And if I go... Oh, we need to enable it. There we go. Do 10? How are we feeling on a 10? 10 radius. I have moved my origin of the other sphere, and I'm annoyed. Because that is supposed to be over there. I do that every so often. I hit the wrong thing. Because that is now in the wrong spot. So I'm going to have to move that one back. I could, Red. But I think a 10 block radius, right? If we fly the camera all the way over here, we just look at that. I think that's enough to be there without being too much. We could adjust it a bit more, but... Well, let's see. So that sphere, let's try shape again. 20? 20's too big. I think that works. I think doing a radius of 15. Right, so I think that'll work well here. We go here. Yeah, it felt a little small to me. I do agree that 10 could have worked, but I think having it just a little bigger is more what I'm after. Just that teensy bit. Now I'm gonna be really annoying here because this is gonna bug me if I don't do it now. So that one has its origin, but I'm clearly I screwed up my other spot. So let's really quick go to my storage, go up here, go to the overlook, move the camera out because I've moved my sphere accidentally. Go here, shape list, this sphere, shape, and there we go. So those little things, like, god damn it, like I messed it up. I don't like that it's so easy to change global origin. It shouldn't be that easy, and it is really easy. Okay. But yeah, I think from this range, seeing that, this is a good size, right? If we have that size, I think we've got a good impact from it. There's going to be one above here, which is supposed to be a corrupted one that I'll probably not use purple for. I might use red, or even like a yellow or something that feels like it's not supposed to be, it's not correct. So there's going to be another one right at this location. Hi, Fear. Let's see if I can actually land on top of this thing. Whee! Do a barrel roll. I love how clean that is. Okay, I'm going to do this, and we're going to take some verdant frog lights. And we're going to do that. Do that and get rid of that one. I love that it immediately changes the like preview things to that color, just due to a weird shader conflict with the build guide. Doo-doo-doo. Ooh, excuse me. There we go. Go over here. Segmented, under pressure, local spire going right. Kinda, I mean, nothing wrong with taking a bit from things like Pacific Rim and whatnot. Like, I always say this, be inspired by literally everything. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is if you hide your inspiration. I'm not inspired by Pacific Rim, therefore it doesn't matter. But like, don't be afraid to be inspired by literally everything, good and bad. Things you like, things you dislike. It's all like, in the end, it all is its own kind of like, you build on it, right? You don't like the thing, you build on it. You like the thing, you build on it. Make it your own thing. Fear, we don't need to scream. Fear, I just said we don't need to scream. I don't know why you think you need to scream when I said we don't need to. There we go. Oh, this is, amusingly, this is the one I already said I didn't like, and it played it again. There we go. Change up the music. Fear, is there a reason your claw just went into my arm? I didn't like it.
It's my turn to play.
No, it
Now
ain't.
go off and do something else. Stretch your legs or something. It's okay, Fear. I'll entertain
Need
the
has
viewers
no
in the
part in
meantime.
this.
Of all
Let
the
us
timing.
scream against the rules and leashes. For sheer joy of rebellion. Let our once go arg.
Let our once go og. Of all the timings. Let me do that. There we go. I want to get this layer of glass done before we take a break. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this should work pretty well. I'll be solidifying it and doing like Skulk on the inside as well, just like the other areas. Honestly, I should have probably brought Skulk because I do need it. So I'm going to grab some Skulk. And then we'll glide back over after I've got that. But first we'll do a break. We've got a bunch of Skulk in storage here. I actually probably need more. I'll put my concrete in there. I don't need a lot of it. I do need the glass, but I need the Skulk more. There we go. Yeah. So we're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to stretch our legs. We're going to do all that good stuff. I do ask you to take care of yourselves during this break time. Grab some water, all that fun stuff. But definitely, please do take care of yourself because I know you probably are not doing that. So I will see you all very soon. I will catch you all in 3 minutes. Get up, stretch, grab water. But yeah, be right back. Wait, can I? Yes! I found what it's for. Oh, it doesn't want me to fight it. Now, I know you don't want me to fight it, but I want to fight it. I shouldn't try to fight it. It's too strong for me. I didn't forget that I could just throw people. There we go. I'm going with the battle nuns. Let's watch the fight. 40% chance. The bell rings. The battle nuns leap forward. Her sword flashing. The gladiators. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Words mouth make word go blah blah blah. Okay. And we unlock something. Make all your... Oh, I get a sparkly wand now. Oh, I win. Look at that. I win. I am the most powerful hero ever. Pink wand. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to open the gate. Pull it in.
Why?
It's in.
Why
No!
are the animals white? No!
No! Cows first.
Ow.
Oh, God. Well, there went that car. There you are. Okay, you back away. Good. It's out in the water. Yes! 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 Oops. Oh my god, that's actually real! I thought it was just people memeing. I thought it was a meme. Hiya! We're back. Hello. Okay. We got our stuff. We're gonna go back to the Overlook and we need to go out to the sphere. No. Whee! Okay. Put that there, and then we're gonna do this. There we go. There we go. Bop. 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 I love how the green affects the skulk. Like, it doesn't change it too much, but it's clearly there. Like, you can even see a line kind of forming on them as the green casts along it, but it works really well. Like, the verdant frog lights are a really good mix for that. Now, I do realize that the spots that I have these in are very, for the lights, are very mathematical right now. It'll eventually turn into cracks and crevices like we were doing at the bottom of that, but I think we need to make sure, first and foremost, that we don't get destroyed by enemies. Aw. Very nice of him, Taiga. Okay, let's go here, here. There we go. Burp, burp, burp. Go. There we go. Be-do-do-do-do-do. Burn, 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 burn. Go. There we go. So many little, like, No! It's fine. So many little, like, tedious processes doing these big things, but I mean, like, I enjoy doing them, and I like the whole jumping between projects bit that I have going. It just sometimes, like, oh my god, so many things. Pretty sure I don't need these ones. I was gonna say those are well enough lit. Save a little bit on resources right now. that. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. 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 Starry, there's no ceiling. I mean, it goes world height, Starry. You can't go on top if that's what you're trying to do. You can't build up there. It's a full height nether. I don't know how you didn't notice that. Okay, yeah, no, it's world height. So 200 and whatever, or 320. World height 320, I think. So it goes. Ooh, awesome door. Okay, let's go here, here. I love the color we're getting cast from this light. Why do I hear blocks being placed? Why do I hear blocks being placed on a delay? Anybody hearing that? Am I losing my mind? Oh, I'm hearing my headphones resize themselves. Okay. Like that little adjustment bit. I'll come by in a second, Door. There we go. Do. Okay. Let's go see what Dora's been up to. I like it. It's very industrial. Like I feel it feels skyscrapery. Or like it feels like it's built to last. It feels like there's power here. Like I like it. Is stable. I think the only possible critique I could have is like right here. You've only done one wide, and I feel like you're probably working on this, but this probably should be at least 2 wide. Or 3 if you want to be fully consistent. I don't know if you're going to wrap the corner or not. I don't know what the plan is there. I like this corner. I like this corner. This corner is good. This side feels a bit thin. The other side you doubled up though. So you did this side good, but this spot's definitely a bit harder to really sort out. I think if you were really stressed about it, you could layer one more on all the directions to push it out, but I don't think it's necessary. I can see why you did the choice you did here, because that's kind of a hard spot because you're doing a curve but you still want that to be out like these. But then it's like, yeah, but this would be curving more, and kind of got to choose your battles there. So I think it could work either way. I think you're fine. Like I'm not gonna notice it unless I'm really looking for it, and it's hard to balance that regardless. So it does work that way. I am trying to figure out what's going on with the lighting. What am I? Did you put a light source there? Like a light block there? What is happening? Why do I have invisible light sources? What is my brain doing here? Okay, you use light blocks. Got it. I just wanted to make sure. I would say try and figure out some source for the light, or what you can do, and this would make it more stable without being as obvious, is if you make a whole bunch of, yeah, you can't see too much. If you change it to light level 2, like you do a light level 2 block, and you just do it across the whole width of it, then they won't be able to spawn on the blocks, and most people, it's almost imperceivable. So if you just do like a light level 2 on all of them, obviously you would need to make more of them, but you can do light level 2 on any spot you want to stop from spawning, because then it'll be a light level 1 on the block itself kind of thing. Might even work with light level 1, I'm not certain. I haven't tested it, but you could do like a light level 1 on all of them as an option. Obviously, no need to do it, it works. Fear, no claws. I don't need claws in forearm. Taiga wants to eat your wall, so I think you've done a good job. You have Taiga's nom of approval. Yeah, I think the only thing to look out for right now is this. Like, you've got this one fine, but then this one over here, you've only got one wide, so I would say make this one wider. Like, the one you're standing on, make this one wider, just so it matches the other side. Just so it's consistent. That's the only real critique I have, is that. The other one, obviously, there's a shader issue for that lighting. Yeah, no, like, what you've been working on, I think this works really well. You've got a very, very imposing wall. It screams brutalism in a good way. Like, it screams brutalism in a good way. Okay, go back. Go to the overlook. Wee! 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 You spin me right round, baby, right round. I love just looking back and seeing the spirals. There we go. Wop, wop, wop. Wop, 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 wop. I don't know how far from the from that light I need to put my next light source. Could in theory just do it on this, like, right here. That's not the center. Crap, this is the center. Why is that, Taiga? Bump, 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 bump. You know what? That is a fair reason. Do. Hey, Potpourri, how's it going? Enjoy the lurk. Appreciate you popping in. Dot, 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 dot. Okay, okay, okay. Get all these. Okay. And you, and you, and you, and you, and you. But not you. Okay, we've started reaching interesting curves. No, I've run out of skulk. Go. Go there. There. That one will go there. Do what I can without having to go back and get more skulk right now. There and there. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. Because your feet smell, Tyga. Maybe. I don't know. Feel like that's the logic behind it, though. Okay, go back to our storage. Go back to this storage. More skulk. Go back to the overlook. I love how ominous the lighting is on it right now. Ooh, it's pulsing because of the range. I love that. Just the visuals are like wob 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 wob. It's dropping the bass. There we go. Go there. There. Try to make sure we get everything placed cleanly. There we go. Okay. Around to this side. My nose itches really bad. Oh God, help. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I'm okay. Get you. I'm okay, my boy. Okay. Oh. Not you. Go there. That side's good. Go there. There. Got it. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, and a boop, and a boop, boop, boop. Boop, and a boop. Okay. There, and then... There. There's just so many spots to do this. I was like, I don't want to mess up. Okay, so you there. Go there, 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 there. Get those. That goes there and blocks that one. That goes there and blocks that one. Boop, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, there, there, there. Okay. Another layer down. Almost. This does feel good though, like visually, like with what we've got right now, we've got that going on over here. So once I add more lights and stuff to it, I think we'll definitely get like a lot of that pop, and it'll all definitely like properly fill that up. And then obviously I'm gonna have to make a bunch of these, which isn't ideal, but like, how many did I make? Like, just be clear. 1, 2. I think 2 is right there. Or here. They've got a decent range. No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. I think. I don't actually, I'm really bad at judging the distance when I can't like physically see them. Because there's one here. Just one. Nope, I'm blind. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably like 12 of these. It feels like that, Taiga. I don't blame you, but you have school tomorrow, and I don't know where that's gonna line up with should you sleep right now. Do do. Do do do. Okay. Right there. Got that one, that one. Three there. I'm a bit worried about that other side if I did this right because I've been placing the sculk down how I did. Well, this could be a little dangerous. Double check. Seems fine. We've made it to about the halfway point, which this is where... well, it's not the halfway point. There's this like little tipping point when you make these spheres where you can start going in a slightly different pattern. And it's right where this lip appears where you start getting too high. When you start getting these too high ledges, you're able to kind of shift your method of making them from going the, okay, I'm going layer by layer to I can do like chunks of it, which is how I managed to get like large swaths of the main thing, of the main circle done at once. Because if I do this now, right, and we double check to make sure that this is all illuminated still, good. So what we can now do is we're reaching right here, this very specific spot. If I go and place that in the center, place that in the center, center, center. I've done so many of these, so many spheres now that I've like kind of learned where the spot is. So we go there, we go there, and then we just go over a little bit, go over a little bit. We go to there, and then I'm going to put on the crab claw. Oh, wait. Those are fine, but this spot's out a little bit yet. Do one. There we go. Go here, and we go out one more. Up, 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 up. But there we go. So now we're suddenly a lot higher up on this. Like, we're actually in the top half on this little corner here now because of just going, wait, we don't need to do full circles there. And then we get this kind of, like, big, like, hey, I've done a lot suddenly. And it feels better. Or, like, that just feels better having gone, like, oh, yeah, I did a bunch. Ugh. Big stretch. And we drop down, and you can see, like, look how much of that, like, we just cleared, right? Hey, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Okay, so we should be able to put that one there. We're going to do the same over here now. Whoop! Accidental gliding. Okay, so there. There. Go there. You know what? Screw it. We'll go all the way to the top. Why not? Honestly, going all the way up to the top will feel better. Like, this is part of the thing with building that I've learned to kind of manage my ADHD is if something feels good to do it. Especially when it comes to creating. Like, if you're like, well, I want to do this thing. Yeah. But you also want to do that other thing. Which one will you enjoy more? Do the one you enjoy more. Because honestly, sometimes you're just not going to get around to the other one. And you know what? I'd rather do the thing I enjoy and not question, will I make it to the next creation, you know? Let's just focus on what the brain wants to do. We do the thing the brain wants to do, and we see where we end up. Like, thanks to that, we've expanded the base, like, just that premise alone, we've expanded the base a bunch, right? Obviously, it's a massive undertaking. This is a huge, huge project. It's going to take ages and ages to do. But we're building a massive city. Like, an absolutely massive city. We're getting there. It just takes time. Let's go back to the edge. Go here, here. Go to there. There we go. Go from the top. Go from the top. Follow the edge. Okay. Go there. Go there. Perfect. Boop and a boop. And a boop. And a boop, 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 boop. Boopity boop, 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 bitty bitty boop, bitty boo. Okay. There, 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 there. There, there. Got it. Cool. Down we go. I love this green on Skulk kind of lighting that we're getting with these shaders. And honestly, it's going to be hard for me to play without shaders on, because shaders on, shaders off. Shaders on, that glow is so good. I try not to do too much with shaders, but that is hard to overlook. I really hope the new OpenGL coding, or not OpenGL, but Vulkan coding, really does lead to vibrant visuals properly being done in Java, and then more people getting to experience it, and having some built-in shaders without mods, meaning the game will just look prettier to everybody. Like, that's where I'm at right now. It's like, we need the game to look prettier for everyone. And then no one's going to be happy, and they're going to complain and go, this is all the update is? It's like, I already had shaders. Like, okay, but now it's built into the game, and you're whining for nothing. Oh, baby mobs. Who cares? Me. I care. I want baby mobs. It's actually a massive, important update, you know? Like, I just love that, like, I was complaining about the baby mobs the day they announced it, like, right before they announced it. I was like, what we really need is mobs to not just look like scaled-down versions. And they're like, hey, baby mobs. I'm like, what? Right after I went on a rant on stream about it. It was great. Wow. Go. Oh no, I'm out of glass! Gasp. It happened. Okay, so let's go back to our storage room. And then we need to go to our amethyst. Now I should... We got a stack here. We'll grab that and we'll craft that into more panes. Now, do I have any purple in any of these? I do. Go back to our storage. Go here. Go to the overlook. Glasp. Glasp. Do a gentle glide while I drink some water. Oh. Oh, big stretch. When am I going to start flickering? I always start flickering when I do a glide. Where is it?
You just went past the folding door without activating it. Who are you and where's Cam? Fear. Is that you? Is the revolution on at last?
That folding door is very satisfying, and I'm glad you agree, Mari. I was just hyper focused. Go. I just think it's funny because, like, that design for that door, right, I got from a TikTok that somebody did, but they didn't bury the torches under the floor, making it a far uglier design and less useful. Like, put them in the floor. As soon as you put that in the floor, everything, like, works really well, but you didn't put them in the floor. And it just ruined it. Go, that goes there. Go up one more. Up here, up here. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Wait. Ah. I booped one too many. I booped for far too long. I booped and I booped and I booped and I booped and I booped until it was wrong. Okay. There. Oop. Asshole. Back up. Doo-doo-doo, 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 doo-doo-doo. You can boop if you want to. You can boop your friends behind, but only if they consent.
Boobity bobbity boop.
Bibbity bobbity boop. The clocks struck run and down they run. Bippity boppity boop. You can boop if you want to. Okay, there. Did you just quote that? On my end, all I see is the message being written again. Yep, there it is. Oh, that just reminded me. I need to just after I finish the weather patterns, I'm gonna try and work on the. I'm gonna try and work on the teams setup because I really do want to get factions for the overlay and stuff. I've been slacking. I say I've been slacking. I've been depressed, and I'm finally pushing through the depression to actually be able to create again. But hopefully we can get that going and get factions, and then I can relay those over to Cleo, and then Cleo can get factions and do special things based on the winning factions and assigning them and all that fun stuff. But I have been mentally drained, to say the least. But I want to set up basically auto-assigned factions to everybody in the chat. Everybody gets their own little group that they're a part of. And then like simple things like in Cleo's case, like join the Horde. We'll do a different hand based on what group you're a part of. And then you'll have special effects that'll be like, oh, you redeemed this thing. Well, now a giant particle happens that's themed on that. And you can just basically try to compete for a high enough scoreboard. First stream of the month, it'll reset. Whoever's got the record or whatever will be the priority thing. The hype trains will be like a theme thing based on it. I've got plans for it. I've just been mentally very weak and unable to really get the work done I want to get done in order for that to be a thing. So, but hopefully we're back in kind of business for me creating again for stream stuff, and we can really create something that's a lot of fun. Go. Brains are jerks. That's the whole point of this conversation. Brains are jerks. Part of what's actually helping is the fact that I got a new hard drive on my secondary computer, which has drastically sped up the stuff I can do with it. Because it was a slog to do anything over there. Basically, all my streaming stuff is on my second PC. Which was my old PC that was dying. But it's over there so I can run the games without any issue on the main one. Where it's not competing to use the GPU with OBS or anything. There we go. Go. Get up here. Go there. Go there. There we go. I don't want to place over top of the ones that are going to be concealed. I'm trying to make sure the glass stays consistent. There we go. Nailed it. Nailed it. No. Okay. Ah, we're getting there. Slowly, but we're getting there. There we go. I'm not sure if I lined those up correctly or not. Nope, missed that one. There we go. Okay. Two there, two there. Get those. Okay. Okay. There's so many to play. So much glass. It's overwhelming. I have placed so much glass on the server though. There's like no light way to look at it. It's fine. Okay, do that. Do that. Do 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 do. Over here. These two. Perfect. Bob it up. Bob it up. I do like that door is using math to make sure everything's right, and I'm just like, wing it. Wing it, hope for the best. Ah. Okay, let's do that. Go over here. Why am I so cold? It's warmer than it's been for months. And I'm freezing. This isn't fair, body. We're not supposed to do this. I'm really cold, y'all. Also a little bit sleepy. I ended up waking up early, even though my sleep was on the right path. I'm hoping this time change, though, will get me closer to where I need to be. Somia, door isn't a prison, so we don't lose them. Because, I mean, we've clearly lost door before. Okay, how we looking over here? I hate that the sides I decided to put the panels on were the all the sides that aren't there. We need to go over there. Ugh. I think though, and I know it's a bit early, but I am sleepy and hungry, and I think I need to address that fact. So I'm gonna call it there. I do apologize that it is a little bit early, but I appreciate y'all so damn much, and I thank you for hanging out with me. It does mean a lot. It really does. I appreciate y'all so much. I will be streaming again later tonight. So if you do enjoy watching and you want to hang out, I'll be streaming again in a handful of hours. I'm not sure how many handfuls that is. I think it's 6 hours ish. Time's all messed up right now because of the time change. So we'll figure out exactly where that puts us. I am going to send you away, though, and we will send you over to hmm. I don't have a lot in me to necessarily pick somebody, so I'm gonna send you somewhere I don't typically send y'all. I'm gonna send you over to False. So y'all can bug False. If you're already following False, I ask you to, for your raid, if you're gonna say raid or anything like that, highlight your message. If you're already following False, highlight your message. That's all I ask. I love and appreciate y'all a ton, though. I hope you have a fantastic time. Go be lovely, go be fantastic, and I will catch y'all next time. That said, see ya. Love ya. Bye-bye.
あ、感じる。コスモを感じるわ。